everyone are back to play another round of Eat the Reich, but this time it's some bullshit that I made up because they only had the one story in the book, so I'm making some shit up from the prompts that they gave, and it's going to be a lot of fun because we're going to go try and kill Winston Churchill because, you know, old, now dead white guys who are racist piece of shits probably should have died sooner. And with that, we are definitely going to have high potential for like violence and graphic murder. So this is going to be one that you're maybe not going to be. It's not family friendly for sure. So if this is something that you don't feel comfortable with, if you don't want to watch vampires kill British dudes, yeah, come back to the next stream. We'll catch you on. Actually, don't come back to the next stream because the next stream is Alien, and that's going to be even worse. It's going to be even more violent. But the one after that, going to be great. Anyway, I'm going to let my lovely players introduce themselves. And Adrian, would you mind starting us off? Because you are, I think, the most on this channel experienced. Just tell us who you are, where we can find you. And then if you want to pick who goes next.
I'm coming in double somewhere.
Oh, no.
Yeah, hi, I'm Adrian. I'm a podcaster, actual player, activist, whatever you need me to be. I'm pretty much there to help out. And I am playing. I think I'm. Hold up, sorry. I do believe I am Chuck today. It says Taylor, but I think that was from a previous time.
Probably. You should be able to change.
Yeah, I'll change that up.
We lost Cat.
Woo! Hopefully Cat will be back. Yeah, I'm playing Chuck, and I like to blow things up. And it's gonna be a lot of blood, a lot of gore. So yes, the warnings are warranted. We're gonna kill some bad dudes.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Who do you want to go next?
I'm gonna pick Casper.
Osio, I am Casper the Imby Ghost, and I am playing Astrid, because I flipped a coin. Yeah, no, I'm really excited. I haven't played this game before, so let's go.
Yeah, here to kill Nazis.
Always.
And who do you want to follow you?
Let's go Cat, since they're back.
Yes, sorry about that. My camera's been on the fritz for the past few weeks.
So
I'm Cat of the Cryptid Collective, a group of creatives on the internet doing creative things, RPG design, streaming, art, writing, anything. If it's creative, we probably do it. And I am playing Flint, the half man, half bat, half a number of other animals. Voice of reason, I'm going to call him.
Yeah, that's exactly how I would put that. Fantastic. And last but not least, Daniel.
Hello, everyone. My name is Daniel Hargrove. This is my second time playing Eat the Reich. Super excited. We're going to do a whole bunch of vampire blood stuff. It's going to be great. Don't worry about it. Today, I will be playing the character of Cosgrave, and you can find me all over the internet, specifically TikTok and YouTube, as Daniel Hargrove or Daniel the DM on YouTube, where I talk about Dungeons and Dragons and I make a bunch of funny skits with my wife and my dog.
Also, if I'm not mistaken, are you in the Mythos University?
Yes. So Tuesday is going to be the season finale to Mythos University with So You Want to Be a DM. Justin's incredible, and so is the rest of the entire cast. That's been a blast to do.
yeah, Justin's been on this channel quite a few times, and I always love playing with them. So I also love to see, like, you made your actual play debut here, and then you've been continuing that. So, love to have you back and also see you on other channels. So
I don't forget my roots. I know where I came from.
from, murderous vampire.
Exactly.
It's a solid place to start. All right. So what would you all have been up to? What would Fang have been doing in between murdering Hitler and today? We've got a little bit of time to fill in.
I think there would have been a lot of celebrating, but I think there would have been a lot of realizing, like, the mission isn't quite done yet.
Absolutely.
That, even though we took out the big bad evil guy of World War II, there's some still pretty evil guys left.
I was gonna say, yeah. I mean, he was like the big bad, but
Right.
there were a couple others out there too, from just like the Axis, but also weirdly some in the Allies. Actually, probably quite a few in the Allies, if we're being honest with ourselves. And
True.
Astrid, do you want to tell us a little bit about your character, like what Astrid is like?
Yeah. I am a former fighter pilot. When I went down, I got bit by some parasite is what the thing says, but I feel like Astrid is more of like likes to take on those predatory traits, and like when she's on target, she is hunting and on target. They they pronouns, so like they're kind of just out here, like, here for a good time, just hanging out. It's just waiting for the next mission. It's like, all right, this has been fun. We got the target, we got the objective. That's great. What's the next one? So they're itching to go. And yeah.
I'm curious because World War II did not end whenever Germany was taken down. There was still a lot of other stuff going on. Also, this game has it set a little bit earlier than World War II ended IRL. So I wonder if maybe Flint was the parasite that turned Astrid.
Potentially. I'd be happy with that that story plot.
I'm not mad at it either.
Because I mean, before stream, I was explaining that Flint is kind of our Scooby-Doo of evil, so makes sense. Fantastic. So, what was the name of that? So there is an order of nuns that live on site for the Fang HQ, and they willingly give their blood because whenever you all are coffin dropped, you are turned into goo, and you need something to bring you back because you are vampires and you live off of blood. These nuns donate their blood. It's the Lady of our Perpetual something.
Sorrow?
No, it's hold on.
Is something more bloody than that?
Our Lady of Perpetual Ruin.
Ah,
Cool. Close.
better.
Yeah, a little more. Sorrow, ruin, whatever, same thing.
Sorrow's too PG. Let's get it hardcore in here.
Exactly. So yeah, I think that in between missions, you all would be at your headquarters, and probably a lot of the nuns would be, checking up on all of you. I think that they would have been getting Astrid sort of adjusted to their new life as a member of the undead, probably explaining what all that means. So what all would you be doing to prepare for your upcoming mission?
I think Flint's probably just wandering around, checking up on people, not necessarily saying something, just standing ominously beside them until they notice they're there, and then just going and then walking off.
Sniffing them like dogs
Yeah.
do.
Just checking that everyone's feeling okay before the operation begins.
I think Astrid is like checking over their guns and everything. And it's just like, all right, that my machine's gun's clean. I got my frag grenades. Like, am I good for everything? Not really. Am not really taking into account that they are also they're now a vampire. It's just more of a this is another mission. This is like a new thing I got to deal with. What, I take a pill and like I'll be fine. Let's go. I'll figure it out on the way. It's just a new thing.
Doesn't really change who you are all that much, other than the hunger.
Yeah, just my throat's a little parched. I'm always just hangry. Other than that, we're fine. Everything's fine.
Relatable content.
What about Chuck and Cosgrave? What would they be doing between missions?
So now, question is Casper, is Casper playing the same character from our previous game?
No. So Lissa had been playing Irina.
That's right. Okay, so so
Casper
Cosgrave would be down. He'd be kind of like, that was his partner in crime, partner in fashion of just, killing Nazis, taking names, and also taking their jewelry. So
speaking of fashion, Lissa did let me know, since she couldn't be here today, had a last minute thing come up, that Irina did leave fur coats for everyone. So y'all have some very nice fur coats.
Yes.
I would like to also make the request that Flint is still wearing the top hat that they stole from the clothing store.
There we go.
Of course.
But yeah, so they're out on a mission or something like that. They're not with the group at this current point in time. So he's Cosgrave is just kind of sitting around, getting his packs of blood ready, just kind of it's just not the same. I don't know what it is. It's just, it was like the crew, and now we got to go on a mission. But I don't know. But it should be fun. It should be a good time. And it's just kind of slowly getting all of his outfit together, putting on his fur coat and his many different rings, and making sure his tattoos are looking nice and looking sheen against his pale skin. And that's just what he's doing to prepare. And then making sure he gets his little punch card stamped for each time they go deploy. On the fourth mission, he gets a free smoothie when they come back. So he's super excited about that.
Yeah. It's like the punch card, and it's got just like a row of little coffins.
It's like, I'm so excited. This is going to be nice.
I
wonder what they'll make it with.
I feel like Astrid, upon getting their welcome packet into this unit, looked at the punch card, was like, what the hell is this actually?
I heard the smoothies are to die for.
You've done it again, Cosgrave.
What can I say, Chuck? What can I say?
Yeah, I love the idea that Cosgrave is this is the last punch before the smoothie.
Yes.
And this is Astrid's first punch.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, since they specifically do not give what FANG stands for, do you have any ideas what you think that the acronym FANG would mean for your unit?
Fight a lot of Nazis good.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
that is pretty good.
That's definitely canon now. At least one of the meanings.
I'm trying.
And the other one is fascists are not good. Like,
There you go.
that's my only suggestion.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. It's less specific, but in a good way. Fantastic. Sorry, I was just trying to pull up one thing on the map that I couldn't remember where it was. I'm trying to remember if Harrods was in the path of where you're going. It is not, unfortunately. So you can't go rob them as easily and take their nice things. But there are other very nice places for you to potentially rob in the meantime. So you all are briefed on your mission that Churchill is planning to do some fucked up shit, that he may have somehow obtained some of Hitler's blood, maybe because you guys didn't drink it yourselves, potentially, who knows, and is planning to try to clone him.
Homie, why?
Because
It
the
was
British
right
Empire.
there. I just
No, in like in my in the briefing, it's just like, homie, why?
Astrid, you can't judge us really. It's just the smell of the blood alone. I just couldn't. We just couldn't.
No, not y'all. Y'all are
Oh,
y'all are fine. I'm mostly at this Churchill fella. Homie, why? Anyway, let's get on with it. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, we did talk about the fact that Hitler did a lot of meth, so like that's IRL canon, or I guess just amphetamines in general. It wasn't like meth, but same thing, right? And
I actually didn't know that. That's amazing.
Oh yeah, no, I mean it wasn't just him. It was like all of the Nazi soldiers were given amphetamines. Also, U.S. soldiers were given amphetamines. Maybe
That I
still
did
are
know.
sometimes, But yeah, like he got regular. I think they called them like vitamin injections that had a lot of other things. But one of the main things was amphetamines. So
Gotta keep that energy up. Gotta
along with the B12, it balanced it out really.
gotta
It
keep
had
the people
soy
going.
milk, some zinc, so who's to say if it was really bad for you?
Vitamin C. You gotta keep those.
It was the
vitamins
AG Greens of its times.
Where's our sponsorship?
This episode's brought to you by
Right.
Down a
No,
drink
we just
right
get
now.
sponsored by Ozempic. Yeah. So the werewolf that you all had to murder him tried going on a nice little rampage of their own, but you did crash that Zeppelin right into the middle of Paris, like you do. So Paris was
How
definitely
else do you
burning
visit
for a little while.
Paris?
Right. I can only imagine, because it was like docked against the Eiffel Tower, that the Eiffel Tower is now just slagged. Like it is not there. It's just melted because you blew up the Zeppelin right next to it.
You see, Astrid, that wasn't our plan. What had happened was we weren't trying to destroy about you really had to have been there. It wasn't. You see, when you look at it in the report in writing, it looks very reckless. But in actuality, it was very well.
It was actually not many people are actually in the tower, so we avoided the actual populated areas.
Yeah, it was. We started a revolution. It was.
The French are good at those.
Yes. So, anyways, no, sorry. Let me stop debriefing there.
This is just normal debriefing for Fang.
We're professional. I just want to make that clear.
Yeah, it frequently just devolves into random discussion. Also defending the questionable tactics that you all use. Yeah, so you all are informed that you will be coffin dropped into London that Churchill will be at an event with the king at Buckingham Palace. And so you have to make your way. You will be dropped into the Thames because that is the most incognito way you could be dropped. Just a big splash. It's obviously just a very large 4 fish, vaguely coffin-shaped, human-sized. Totally normal, right?
I don't think Flint is particularly enthused about this idea. I'm not sure they're very fond of water.
Also, it's the Thames, so is anybody excited about that?
No.
It's like being
If
dropped
it is
into the
possible for
Hudson.
Flint to come out of any river smelling worse, it's probably the Thames.
Yeah. Or what is the river? Is it the Seine in Paris that they were
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know what you're
a
talking
lot of
about.
discussions about? Yeah, it's very similar. It's a great idea, but it's okay because you're all undead. You can't catch diseases because you're not alive.
Flint just
So-
doesn't like the sensation of their fur being wet. That's all. They spend a very long time grooming, and this is going to ruin it.
That's fair.
Oh, good
For
lord.
shits and giggles, Casper, would you roll me just a single d6, please?
Sure. I'll use my fancy metal death die. I got a 2. That's not boding well.
Okay. Fantastic. So, because you are vampires, this is obviously at night that you are going to be coffin dropped in, but the plane, it's pretty high up because they don't want everyone to know who and what is happening. So you are dropped into the Thames, but you are dropped in the middle of one of the tour boats. You just crash through it, through the roof. You sink this boat. And so, as last time, all of you are turned into a pile of goo because there are no parachutes on these coffins. You are just dropped like a giant metal missile. But again, the nuns of Our Lady of Perpetual Ruin have graciously donated blood, so all of you immediately are able to absorb this blood through your coffins and reform yourselves. And so you make your way out underwater in the lovely, lovely waters of the Thames.
We need to start a union. This is we need contracts. We can't keep dropping into things like this. This is just disgusting. No one's having fun. I don't care if I can't die. It's not fun. It's disgusting.
It was nice in combat, but at this point we're just doing the same thing. Maybe a train or something. Some
Are
sort
they
of
even
public
aiming
transportation.
anymore?
I know.
We went straight through a boat. That isn't our fault, but it's gonna be in the report.
I like the idea of Astrid climbing out and being on all fours and then shaggy dogging from head to toe. With Flint right there. And it's just there are easier ways, but Astrid's just gonna shake it off.
Oh, of course.
I mean, yeah, Flint will be doing the same thing as the large rat dog that he is.
Yeah, that's probably where Astrid learned it from.
Absolutely. Why use a towel when you could just shake?
Exactly. So you all make your way out of the water, and before you see Blackfriars Station, a station of the London Underground. Sort of in the distance, past some of the other buildings, you can see St. Paul's Cathedral. A ways down the street, you see a group of very finely dressed individuals. You can't quite see where they're going into, but they seem to be arriving to some pomp and circumstance. And that is in vaguely the direction that you need to be going.
Interesting.
I think
And did we have any
smell,
blood?
Oh yeah.
You
from
are
the
at
drop?
0 blood. You
Zero.
got just enough to reanimate yourselves. So you are
Yeah.
very hungry. I also think that you would know that there are some contacts within London. You don't know exactly where per se, but some contacts who could potentially get you past some of the security. Also, to get you maybe equipped to take on some of these challenges.
Interessante.
Although, to be fair, you all have fur coats, so it's not like you can't hide your guns.
Right.
I like to think my fur coat, because there's no way this person would have known my sizes or whatever. They just modeled it off of Fang, so it's a little bit too big.
Splint's is way too small. There's no fur coat big enough other than his own.
Yeah.
Truly, truly.
I love it.
Well, let's see here. So, what are we feeling here?
Hungry?
Yes.
Accurate. So, do we find a snack, or do we look for supplies?
When you mentioned snack, I'm gonna look over at the fancy dressed people. I was like, I mean,
Well,
Let's-
let
Let's
me
ask them about their how they feel about Churchill. All right, I just like to just test out the waters. How guilty I'm gonna feel. I'm hungry. I'm gonna do it anyways. But like,
I saunter over. Oh, garçon, garçon. Where are you fine gentlemen going this evening?
They all just kind of like look at you and literally turn up their noses, and just kind of huff and go inside. And you can see on this building, the sign says the Savoy.
I think it's French again.
Right. Well, they seem like they taste really nice. So, I vote we dine here.
We get a drink, say hello, meet the locals, see what happens, right? Get a
I mean-
feel for the city.
Not mad.
So, question, because really, like, Cosgrave looks fairly normal, right? Fairly human-ish. Chuck does not.
nah.
Does not. Astrid is kind of in the middle. So, are you going to do anything to try to blend in, or are you just being your vampiric selves? Like, Chuck doesn't have a nose, for example.
Yeah, which still doesn't help with the smell that's going on here. Is all I'm saying.
If anything, it
what-
makes it worse. There's no
Yeah,
filter.
yeah, it just goes right into the skull. Burns.
What building were they heading
This right
into?
here.
You said the Savoy?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
So it's a larger looking building. So I mean, we might be able to find some disguises in here for you to use later on, but for right now,
I'm
like
pretty sure they got a coat check, and like we eat that kid and like steal some coats. We should be fine.
we don't have to eat everybody. So, I can walk in, see what the vibe is like, see if there's any easy clothes to access, and then we just go from there. Right? Easy
I mean-
disguise. Well, we head over the cathedral, we dress you up like, a couple of priests.
Yeah, you got any like? I mean, I wonder if I got one of them fancy masks. Like, help me with my nose thing.
Oh, those classic 1940s face masks.
Yeah. Like it's not like an N75. It's like just in one or something.
Those A95s.
A95.
A World War One gas mask. I mean, the Great War.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah, we haven't had a second one, just one.
I mean, like, since we're going to a fancy place, it sounds all French and whatever. Can't you just wear something like that Phantom dude when he went to the Opry? Like,
Well,
it covered his face, right? I'm well read, thank you. Like, I know
I'm
what I'm
not, so
talking
I'm very
about.
I'm not.
It's just the Phantom at the Opry. He had like his face was wrecked, and then he wore a fancy ass mask that covered like half of it. And like I think that would work with you since you ain't got no nose.
Yes, we needed one of them, so we must find this Phantom and attack him. right?
Fair, the Savoy is a theater,
Oh.
so
Thank you.
there very well could be.
I thought
Oh,
this was a
Craig does
restaurant.
not know that. He definitely thinks it's a restaurant.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go find a waiter. Let's go. Don't worry, it's gonna work out perfectly fine. Don't worry, I'll walk right in, see what's up, and then I'll come on back out. And then goes right, heads through the front door.
Amazing. You know what? Let me see what I want you to roll, because I'm gonna need you to roll something.
Ah.
Yeah.
A little bit of con.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Yeah. Why don't you give me a con roll?
Oh, let me get my metal dice up in here. Get that good mojo. Come on, Papa needs a good bit of con. I got a 5, a 3, and a 1.
Okay, so you got one success. What do you want to allocate that for? Maybe advancing an objective?
Yes, I'll use it for that.
Okay. Yeah, I would say, what kind of con are you pulling here?
I'm a city inspector. I'm trying to make sure this building is up to code. I go, oh, hello. Bonjour, my name is Senior Inspector. I'm here to inspect your building.
I love the senior with the French accent. Yeah, there is an individual, probably like the doorman, who you can see that the name tag says Basil, and he looks very shaken by this. Just like, oh, I didn't realize we were having an inspection.
Yes, I come in here to inspect your. Please describe this establishment to me. I do not see any food.
I mean, I would imagine they're probably going to have like maybe some food. I don't know. I've never been, but you know,
I've never been to the Savoy.
What is it that you do here at the Savoy?
Oh, we are a fine theater.
Very good. Well, I have my background actors here. The part of the inspection is that my actors are going to come in and they are just going to pretend to be in character and be a part of the crowd and observe during this inspection. It's like secret shoppers.
That classic radio show.
Before a theater.
Yeah.
He has no cigarette in his hand. He just
holds it like that.
You know.
When you hold it like that, Basil pulls out a cigarette and lights it for you.
Thank you.
Oh, of course.
Yes. So
Yes,
I will
bring them in.
Bring them in, and we will get into character. You won't even know that we're here. As I bring in Flint.
Yeah, the three of them looking totally normal.
Break your teeth.
Flint has pulled the top hat down over their face as if that hides anything. So it's just tilted downwards slightly.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's a masterful entry.
So smooth. You know, the fact that Flint has like massive tusks on both ends of their mouth. Not hidden at all.
So I think we will. What are we doing here? What's going on?
Yeah.
Maybe we try to find some box seats. Yeah, get a good view of the show. Get some box seats. Look.
Yeah. It seems about. I forgot my accent. Yeah, that seems about right.
100%.
Astrid's still figuring out who they are as a vampire.
It's so confusing.
You think my accent's consistent?
Right.
That's the fun of it.
If I remember anything about what I read in that Opry news clippings at this point, I guess it was what it was. I had to look it up. Phantom of the Opera came out as news clippings before, and I was like, crap, I thought it was a book. Never mind.
No worries. I wasn't gonna stop you.
Anyway, so they just got bored and read a bunch of news clippings about some disformed phantom. They're like, yeah, so they should have some back rooms. Not like back room, but like stairs to get you up to like the fancy seats and all that. So I'm gonna just take a look around.
All right, let's try to sneak our way in.
I love that. Like you come in, you introduce yourself as an inspector, and so like this whole time you've been, in your little sidebar, the four of you, and Basil's just like, sir, right this way.
Yes.
Like leads you to the back.
Yes, of course. Yes. Still smells from his background of just being just like this street charlatan, just kind of flicks it around. Right this way. Sorry, is your key.
Right in the eye.
Okay.
Pardon.
It almost went into my nose hole.
Oh.
Even worse.
I will follow along.
Amazing. Yeah, and he leads you into the back rooms where you can see, there's a lot of hubbub as they are preparing to put on this show, right? Actors just going all around, and the director is just like, oh, great. An inspection now of all times. This is the worst time.
This is the part of theater. There is always inspection, whether it is life or art. You must be prepared to bear your soul, to bear your art, garçon.
Also, how do you
Give away
feel
my
about
cigarette.
Churchill? Party inspection. I'm sorry. I must insist you answer.
I feel terrible
whatever you have
about
to do.
this. But as they're talking to the director, can I pull Basil off to the side and like into the shadows and eat him, because he is terrible at his job. He's so bad at it.
I mean,
He's letting anybody walk into the theater.
He did very politely give Cosgrave a cigarette, so he's not that bad at his job.
It's just letting anybody just walk into the theater who says that they're an inspector. Like they're like, we are clear
with a spot on French accent.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's just like, buddy, no. Just
Yeah. How do you want to do that?
I'm gonna be nice about it. As nice as you can be when you eat somebody.
As nice as murder can be.
Yeah, so I kind of just want to like, hey, little buddy, and like pop my hand like across the shoulder and let me talk to you for a second. Now about your position, and then like just chomp him when we get to like a dark corner or something, because I am really hungry and he's the first one we've got. Really.
I'm gonna call that brawl.
Okay.
Nice.
Because like you're talking, but then you're just gonna be like shoving him very roughly in the corner.
See if he likes it or not.
Yeah.
So I got a 3, a 5, and a 1.
Oh no. Y'all are not doing so hot on the successes. So you got 1 success.
Okay.
Yeah, so if your goal is to feed, I mean, you can.
Okay.
Roll me another d6, just 1.
It's another 5.
Okay. So you are able to drain him and you gain 5 blood points.
Sorry, buddy. Though, like when I do drain him, I'm going to like prop him like in a corner to make it look like he's sleeping. Like I don't want to rip out his throat or something. I'm just gonna make it look nice.
Yeah, a gentle murder.
Yeah.
Amazing. What about the rest of you?
I look at the director and I say, so let us make this inspection very quick. All I need is for you to get your costumers to get Shook and Flint some very nice, very concealable outfits that they can inspect and walk around in. And then from there, you just take us up to the box seats with the richest, snootiest people that you possibly have. Garçon. Por favor.
Absolutely nailing it. I'm gonna have you give me another con roll, please, Cosgrave.
Let's do this. Oh, bloody. 5-2-2.
Okay, you got another success. So you can advance the objective a little more here. And he's just like, whatever. Of course. I mean, anything to not have to look at them anymore.
Them. These are superior costumes. This is what
Terrifying.
I know. It rivets the soul. Let us go.
Amazing. Yeah, he leads Chuck and Flint to the costume department. You are able to, I would say, get some like nice masquerade masks. It makes it look like you have a nose, Chuck.
Hell yeah. That's what I
Flint, it
needed.
doesn't really do a whole lot, but you're trying.
Flint's just enjoying trying new outfits on.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I forgot the objective was to look for new clothes. Can I change my clothes with Basil's?
I was gonna say you could absolutely steal Basil's clothes, or
Yeah.
you could rejoin the others and get something from
Nah.
the costume.
That's some fancy shit. I just want. I'll just, since I killed him, I might as well just take his clothes.
Yeah.
This is how we do it in America. We drain you and then we steal your clothes.
This
Like
is
you do.
America?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you now have it. It looks a lot like a bellhop uniform, minus the hat, and it definitely says Basil on it.
I will leave that on there too. I will be the new Basil.
I feel like it's probably like embroidered in. It's not even a name tag. It's just embroidered into the shirt.
He was very proud of his job.
So as the three of you, you have gotten your change of clothes. You do see Astrid come back wearing Basil's clothes with obviously the name on there.
Astrid, can you go and tell Basil I need more cigarettes?
I'm gonna pat. Let's see if he had it in his pockets.
There's absolutely like one of those like cigarette holders that folds out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
I'm gonna take the whole thing and just chuck it. Just chuck it over.
Cosgrave catches it, and just a single bloody tear rolls down. He was the first friend I ever made in London.
He tasted good.
Didn't even get to eat him.
This is for you, buddy. As he wants another cigarette.
I mean, yeah, it's the 40s. Everybody was smoking.
Is everyone satisfied with what they got?
Yeah.
Flint just the only addition I think Flint has actually got is just a bow tie to go with the top hat. So they just adjust that and you go,
Oh, Flint, you look incredible.
sophisticated.
Right, you are. Who wants to go eat some rich people?
Me. Let's go.
I mean, I can eat.
You just ate and you're like, yeah, I can still eat more.
1 second.
So you make your way to the box seats. What is our strategy? How are we approaching this? Are we going just brute force? Are you trying to convince them that you're still the inspectors.
Is there a show still going on right now?
The show is getting ready to start. It has not started yet. Maybe like the orchestra is playing their little intro music and whatnot.
Can I go in since I look like a bellhop and see if they need any refreshment?
Absolutely, you sure can.
Damn, get him.
Yeah, when like just go on in. Is like, howdy, how y'all doing? Can I get you anything like is this good for you? Like I'm basically trying to be a distraction for whoever to come up behind me and
Let me see.
Of course. Go ahead and give me a con roll, Astrid.
let's go. I'm so good at this.
You're the one who volunteered for this.
How about that 3?
Ooh, okay.
No.
So you walk in, and they can obviously see the name tag on there. Probably even you were pretty careful, but maybe there's like a little bit of blood still because you did still like murder him.
Yes.
And hearing your accent, they're like, "How quaint! They hired an American." And so they're just being very like snooty.
I will sneak up into the box seat area, just kind of, pardon, and I will sneak and reach inside of my coat and pull out my Bowie knife and just start stabbing throats. Just going row by row behind people and just
amazing. Yeah, I would say either give me just go ahead and give me sneak.
Okay. Since I'm using my knife,
you do get an extra die.
I get an extra die for the never saw you coming. So
Yeah.
it's 4d6.
Yeah, it's not like I could use my machine gun and be like, I'm gonna stealthily.
Yeah, we're not going the full ending of Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah.
Right at the beginning. Let's see here. Jesus. I got
Cosgrave is just scalping these rich white people.
I got a 5, a 4, a 1, and a 1.
Okay. So, I mean, you got 2 successes. That's not bad. And don't forget to keep track of your uses of your equipment because the last use always has an interesting effect. Yeah, so you sneak your way in. Is anyone else assisting with this, or are you all just watching?
I'm busy getting told that I'm quaint, and I'm trying to remember what that word means.
I want to like go on like the other side, like to like other rows that haven't been got, but just like, hey, have you seen a giant bat before? And just like point to Flint, and then just get them when they're like, what the?
Flint just smiles and waves.
Yeah.
Like, are you going to a different box or the same?
It probably a same one. I mean,
Okay.
It doesn't matter to me. I'm down for some danger, some
shenanigans. Like realistically,
so.
you could be providing a secondary distraction, or you could split and eat another box.
Flint, do you want to have our own box? We can share a box. They can share a box.
It's like a bento box.
Yeah, exactly what I'm thinking. Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Amazing.
What would you like me to roll?
That is a great question. I am not sure.
Roll for bento box.
Right. If only they had written that stat in.
They really missed out.
I know, right? I would say probably brawl would make sense because you're getting Flint to provide the distraction, but you're not much of a con man.
All right.
Con van.
No worries.
So it's really
Flint is definitely stood in front of the door to the box. They haven't moved further in. They're just blocking the exits.
Let's see what I got. Oh.
I mean, nobody needs like dice for
One,
TTRPGs.
133.
Oh no.
Oh no, indeed.
Flint, are you doing anything to assist here?
Gods,
Just
I think from where Flint is, I think if I can just stand here and like scare people into not moving to allow Chuck to just do his thing.
You could. I'm also looking at your character sheet, and you're pretty damn good at brawl. Plus, you have your steel gouging claws.
That is true.
And I would count this as an ambush, so I would let you get an extra plus for this. So it'd be
In that
5
case,
dice.
I think I'll just tear them apart.
Perfect.
That's fair.
I'm just.
Let's
I
not
love how you
play
said that.
the smart, intelligent creature. I'm a bloody monster.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah. Let's see. That's 2 6s, a 5, and 2 1s.
2 6s, you say?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Chuck just is not having a great time. Like they're you go in, you try to provide this distraction, and they like start to fight back. They've got, their like fancy canes and whatnot, and they're just like smacking you in the head, and you're really just kind of maybe more hungry, so you don't have the strength to fight back that you normally do. Flint though is able to come in and just like absolutely disembowel this very fancily dressed person, just like rips them open.
I think seeing them beating my friend with a stick, I will take this person and use them as a stick to beat their friends.
Amazing. So I'm gonna ask both of our successful rollers here, Cosgrave and Flint, how do you want to allocate your successes? Because Flint, you have 5 to allocate here. You could put all of them to feeding. You could put some of them to advancing your goal. There's not really a threat yet, but I will tell you there's about to be. So you could allocate some to that. Cosgrave, you have 2 successes.
Put that both in the feeding.
Okay.
Like he's just and just like like a Capri Sun that's got a hole in the side, just
That
like
is like
trying
the
to take
consistent.
yeah,
Like
he's trying to take the
somehow
stealth
every vampire
approach.
game. Yeah. Somehow every vampire game has always turned to Capri Suns, and I love it. The Vampire Sun just strikes again.
Exactly. So that's what he's doing. He's trying to go full Splinter Cell while in the box fight over. People
And he's playing it just like I play it every time. I'm like, oh, stealth, and then I murder everyone.
there we go.
Yeah, Cosgrave, roll me 2d6, please.
They'll never know we were here. It's cocked. That's a 6 and a 4.
Hell yeah. You are maxed out on your blood. You are at 10. So that is the most you can have. Yeah, you just absolutely... The bloodbath is enough to satiate you temporarily.
Fantastic.
And Flint, how are you spending your 5?
If I'm remembering correctly, I can share feeding with an ally.
You can.
Yeah. So I'll use 2 for me, 2 for Chuck, and then 1 to reduce the threat.
Perfect. So Chuck and Flint both roll 2d6, please. And then Astrid, how are you feeding? at this point. Oh, you're muted.
There we go. Well, since my head hurts from them calling me quaint, I'm gonna just be like, you know what? You're damn right, and just kind of just attack both of them. I'm gonna tackle them.
Yeah, give me a brawl.
Yeah, let's see how this goes. Ooh, 6, 5, 4. Call
Hell
me
yeah,
quaint.
those are all successes. So how do you want to spend all 3 on feeding? I mean, you've got a decent amount already of blood, so you could use it to advance the goal or reduce the threat as well.
I'm going to do 1 each. I want to advance the goal. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do. If I do 1 for feeding, that'll max me out, right?
Depending on how you roll on your feed.
Okay, cool. Well, I will do 1 for feeding. 1 for feeding. Sorry, I just hit puberty. 1 for feeding, and then 2 for reducing the threat, because it feels like it's a good thing to plan slightly in the future.
Makes sense. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, to respond to Devious Snail's earlier comment, the classic people stick.
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll your d6 for feeding. And
Okay.
Chuck and Flint, what did you guys get on your 2d6s?
I got 5.
Okay.
Total.
So,
I got 6 and 1.
Okay, so 5 and 7. It's not
I
bad.
got.
Flint being the courteous friend and allowing Chuck more of the meal.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you do.
I'm gonna get you so many cool accessories. I think.
Fantastic.
I got 4
Okay.
for my
so
feeding.
Did you get 5 earlier?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so you're almost maxed out. You're doing okay.
Yeah, I don't drain them because they called me quaint.
You leave them alive.
They're not even worth finishing off.
Exactly. It's like I'm gonna look over their bodies and be like, quaint, and then walk out.
Yeah. So, Cosgrave, your booth, you've murdered everyone except for the one that Astrid was feeding on.
All right, I'm not going to question that.
Meanwhile, the Chuck and Flint box is just absolutely. The walls are painted with blood and viscera. Also, because you all are in box seats, and you were being very violent and a little bit reckless, the threat that is coming is from the fact that you have sprayed blood all over the crowd below you.
What is this play? It could be 3D effects.
4D.
4D experience.
Yeah.
That's definitely a thing in 1943.
They've mislabeled the splash zone, that's all.
Yeah,
a pre Gallagher show going on,
So does it look like security or something like that is?
Oh no, they've absolutely called for the bobbies. The police are coming.
Okay, then I will try to cause a distraction and to cause a frenzy in the entire theater. I will cover myself in blood, and I'll jump on top of the box seat and I scream, "He has risen!" And I will use some of my blood to cast Phantasmagoria and to incorporate the background that we are in. The theater just starts to, in this illusion, starts to come to life, and like the walls begin to bleed, the curtains turn to mouths, the stage starts clamping, ghosts start flying around, and just like, let chaos reign, just to frighten everyone with my ability to conjure a nightmare illusion in the immediate area.
I
That
was
is
just going to use my
amazing.
machine gun, but that was fantastic.
Yeah, I was gonna do something similar with my pistols, but yeah, I concur.
Just because I want to create a big distraction of people running out of the building.
Absolutely. Yeah. The attendees all start screaming and running. You see that there are a number of people who get trampled to death in the audience, and then also the staff who get trampled in the process. Thankfully, they also kill a lot of cops who were about to come in and they just get run over. So, it's fine. Fewer cops in the world. It's a great thing.
Grab your shit.
Net gain. Let's go.
And we'll just slip
But-
out the back door.
But now there will be forever stories of the time that the Savoy was just absolutely haunted.
haunting
by
of the
these
Savoy.
horrible. Yeah,
It's a
these
British
horrible
theatre.
images.
There were hauntings there already. Just exacerbated things.
I want to know what show it was. Was it like the Swan Princess or like the Swan Lake that was happening and then everything
Yeah,
went to shit?
Actually, because
Just the
I
Nutcracker.
did some reading about the Savoy. One of the things that they were very famous for was this Gilbert and Sullivan play, The Mikado, which is super racist.
Well then they deserve it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's very much like appropriating Asian culture, white people putting on like yellow face, great British theater traditions that we all hate.
Yay!
I feel less
Yeah.
bad now.
There's nothing to feel bad for. As we've established, like, y'all are not good people, but you're still better than a lot of the other people here around. It's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, so you have now acquired some very bloody disguises, but you've acquired some new clothes, but you also now have an open theater to steal whatever.
Wow.
Yeah, do we want to do some investigating real quick? Since it seems we've taken out the coppers, or do we want to try to 23
Oh.
skidoo, as the kids like to say?
I would like to change my clothes because bellhop won't get me far outside this place. So
Sure.
I'm gonna loot some clothes out of off some of these people. Mostly I'm gonna get like cop attire so I can blend in that way.
Yes, the classic black vampire cop.
Yeah.
There we go. I'll take some of the a mix match of the fancy people, all
Of
their clothes, and kind of mix match it together, the least bloody pieces to put together an outfit that just looks like, oh, I think he got caught in the rain. Like it's just kind of his suit's kind of wet, but I can't quite tell what it is. Like he looked like he had a bad day, but he's still rich.
To be fair, it is the UK, so like everything's kind of moist most of the
There we
time.
go. So
It's always raining.
Yeah.
pants don't
Except for the
quite
awful, like,
fit. Yeah.
Those
Oh
hot
yeah, the
cars
British heat
are
is
so
awful. Yeah, we're stuck in it at the moment. It's great. I'm enjoying my life.
Definitely
Yeah.
took a mile.
The one time that I've been to London, it was at the end of a heat wave, and then we had acid rain, so it was fun. It was a great time. I loved it.
Woo!
I think
What about Chuck and Flint?
yeah, I think Flint will reluctantly, I think, change their top hat for a police hat, and clip a badge through their ear as well as an earring, and just sort of scrawl across their chest, Chief Inspector Flint. And sort of go, disguise.
I love it. Flint
Yeah,
is always.
it's a little bit blood, a little bit intestines. You know,
So, do we want to stick around and search, or do we want to try to get out of here?
I'm mixed. Let's
'Cause
search.
I'm like,
Let's search. We're here.
all right, what's a search?
I need a souvenir to bring back if I can. I don't know.
what are you looking for?
Invitations to the palace. These are rich folks.
That's a good idea.
Smart. That's smart.
Well, in the spirit of Ingrid, I will be looking for anything that explodes. So
We are
that
down in explosives now.
where she is always with us. Some form of pyrotechnics.
You know, I would say that there are probably some kind of like stage pyrotechnics. Not that they were a huge part of most theater, but this is also a very fancy theater. Also, the Savoy, fun fact, is the first totally electrified building in the world.
Hmm.
Fancy.
So, yeah, it is that kind of fancy.
Okay.
Chuck, as you are searching, you do find someone who has not left the building. They were in one of the box seats, and they just kind of start to like weakly make their way out. And you see it's this very like old woman with a cane, and just looks at you and says, "Ah, I wondered when you would make it."
Hello?
Hello, you're with Fang, right?
Oh yeah, okay, cool. Like, I just got one of them faces with no noses, you know? Like, people just think that I am somebody else, you know? Ah,
Yeah, happens all the time.
exactly. You get me. They see the cowboy hat, they're like, ah, that guy.
So many of those in London.
Yeah. Tell me, my first time, but I felt like it's a universal kind of thing.
Is Chuck
but,
from Texas?
to be honest, at this point, yeah, Chuck's from Texas. I'm from Texas as a person.
Exactly.
Well,
why
since
not?
you forced my hand, yes.
Oh, how did you know?
I didn't want to give it away. Not on the
Yeah.
second episode.
I mean, from what I understand, I have only briefly been to Texas, but from what I understand, when you're born, you just get a cowboy hat, right?
You get a cowboy hat.
It
you
comes
get
with the birth
horse.
certificate.
Yeah. But yeah. He's like, yeah, I have my UT shirt on. No, I'm kidding. How would you know? Yeah. Well, hey, I appreciate finding another agent out here. Tip's hat. Yeah, you got anything special for us? Anything that we might need, or we got any tips?
Oh, well, one tip, maybe don't cause a riot next time.
Yeah, I can see that as being a good tip.
Stampede. I don't want to be a dick about it.
Some say self-inflicted, you know. You get a little squeamish around blood. This happens.
Yeah, sure. That this is totally standard protocol. I do have some invitations for you though that might help you in your mission.
Oh, nice. I grab them. I put them in the least bloody pocket I have.
I love
Appreciate
that that's just the running thing, like the theme of this particular game. The least bloody part of me is where I'm going to put these things.
I was like, well, appreciate it. Do I need to give you anything? Like, I look around, like an ear.
I was thinking Churchill's severed head, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, that's the mission. We can do that. We can do that.
Maybe at the palace, be a little more discreet, just a little.
Do we got anything like a bath or something? Like we can get there, but if you want us to be discreet, we gotta smell the part. That's a nose pun.
About that. I think you're able to find like enough perfume and cologne.
Heck yeah.
That I mean, you do not smell good per se. You smell like a lot of different scents that cover up the bad, though.
I'm okay with this. That's good enough.
Yeah, Yeah, it's the French style. The more sense, the better.
All right, sounds good. What's your name, by the way? I'm so sorry. That's not polite of me, but I appreciate your help.
And you go to ask, and you had been looting through these bodies,
Yeah.
and taking this cologne and perfume, and you look up, and they are no longer there.
Classic Fang. Classic Fang.
Always have an exit strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Turn up quietly, leave without a trace. Exactly what we're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. So I will say you would have at least a rough idea. There are some things between you and Buckingham Palace that you could potentially stop at. But you also know that Blackfriars Station, you could take that as sort of a shortcut to the palace, because Victoria Station is not horribly far.
Gotcha. All right.
Well, can I say that in my search that I find a dummy hand grenade, like a hand grenade prop?
Absolutely.
I don't know when, and I don't know how, but this will come in handy. Another train ride?
Didn't go well for us last time.
Shh, don't tell Astrid.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hear that.
Just chooses not to hear it.
I choose not to hear that. Right, yeah, I'm down for a train ride. It saves on the walking.
Right, so
I will say you would know, because in Paris, this was a city under siege, right? That was occupied by the Nazis. So the trains were not running. London, on the other hand, not occupied, full of people in the tube. But you could use the tunnels themselves.
Yeah, I'm still down for train.
Yeah. So we take the old railway.
Yeah, let's do that underground thing. That's kind of crazy tech.
Do that, and then we hit the Ritz afterwards.
Like you do.
If I explode again, I expect half a smoothie.
Yeah, Flint is not quite at the max for the smoothie.
No, they're one behind. They missed a mission somewhere.
Yeah.
They got lost.
Chuck keeps losing.
They forgot them
punch
in Paris,
ticket.
and then there's been a mission between then.
Yeah. Yeah, Chuck has like 10 different ones, so eventually they'll all add up when you find them.
Yeah. It's like 1 to 2 punch outs and then just loses it. Like, don't forget this, and then just forgets it, as one does.
It's in your other pants.
It's in my other pants. Or I can put it in the pants, and then when they get dropped, they forget it's there, and it just soaked through, and it's just like, can't even see what it was.
Right. Classic. So you all make your way to Blackfriars Station. Definitely people give you a wide berth. Not that there's a lot of people this late, but there are enough that they are just like, oh, okay. Those very strange looking individuals. And you're able to make your way down. Are you going to try and take the tube, or are you going to walk?
Listen, the safest, the probably recommended way by Fang is to take we walk the rail path. Right?
Right.
However, I mean, it does something fun and quicker. but don't let me influence you. Don't let me.
Ah.
Don't.
Wait, let's ask the part. Let's ask the group.
Okay?
Group.
You know, Chuck and I, we're always on the same wavelength. But you know.
I just have a question. Can Fang even fit in the car, or would that cause a lot of?
You mean Flint?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Got things hard to tell.
Yeah, exactly what it was.
They fit in the other train, so you know.
Yeah, did that go over well, or?
Yeah, the problem was not him fitting in the train. To clarify,
But there was a problem though. So what was it?
It was, classic motorcycle gang in the railways, Nazis with chasing the runaway train, and then we did the spoiler alert: the train did get derailed. But that wasn't because of us. We were driving it. That actually doesn't make it sound any better.
Yeah. Well, if we could try not to derail this one.
Yeah.
We are supposed to be trying to be snaky, and we already just did a whole riot situation.
Stampede.
Riot, same thing, different horse.
One includes horses, one does not.
Exactly. So I'm just saying, like, maybe if we try and downplay it, because I do really want to kill anybody, but we're specifically looking for Churchill, Winston. That's the boy.
Listen, we can talk our way out of any situation,
and we can bite our way out of all the others.
They smart friend.
All right, yeah, fair enough.
We'll just sit in the back. We'll just sit in the back. We won't say nothing.
All right.
Easy peasy.
I'll follow y'all then. Who am I? I'm new here, so who am I to?
You are still
question?
A cherished member of this fan group.
Yeah, no, I do. I felt like I just wanted to say my piece, and since it's been said, y'all seem to have a handle on what y'all doing, so I'll follow the group. No problem.
Amazing. So you make your way onto the car, right? The car is completely empty. The others, you can see that there are people like maybe 2 cars ahead of you who are just like peering through the window, like watching you, making sure you don't do anything.
Top of the morning.
And the train starts to take off, right? Everything seems to be going pretty smooth. But you notice you're still in the tunnels. It's very dark, right? When the train starts to slow and then stop.
Astrid, you know what? You were right along. We should walk it right now. I think you had a good idea.
You sure?
Oh, yeah.
Now that we're stopping and everything, that we should.
That means nothing.
Maybe.
Unrelated.
Unrelated.
It's completely unrelated. All right.
Yeah, I'm sure we could get this train rolling ourselves. Garçon. So light a cigarette and begin to walk to the other passenger cars to try to find the operator.
I'm not really feeling like pushing a whole train or fighting a bunch of people. So I mean, if we just hop out the back, we can
Listen, believe it or not, I was the one who got the train going last time. I was a real train.
As you start to make your way towards the other end of the train, people are clearing out of the way. They are like pressing themselves against the walls because you're still, a little bloody. Still obviously look more human than your compatriots, but just a little off, right? Yeah. You see that the person at the other end who is operating this particular train is dead.
Oh, so it
You
was
can see-
unrelated.
And you can see in front and starting to make their way towards the nearest door are what appear to be half a dozen suits of armor, like knightly suits of medieval armor.
Well, that's a bit of bad business, isn't it?
It does remind you a bit of Paris.
Oh, Paris, you'll never leave my heart.
You
Is there
did
any
it
way I could?
similar. in
Is there any
Paris.
way I could try to floor it again and just full speed the train again?
Honestly, yeah. I think you have a set of tools, right? Something?
Yeah,
No.
let me see here.
No, that was Chuck. That was Chuck who had.
I have a
tool.
3 and
Yeah.
6.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a fix roll, please.
Can I provide cover with my machine gun?
Absolutely. Give me a shoot roll.
Because we're being very subtle right now.
I got a 5, a 4, and a 2.
Okay, so 2 successes.
I got a 1 and a 2, so
Oh, no successes.
my
I mean-
machine gun got jammed.
Well, no, you are able to shoot out the windows.
Yeah.
Don't hit them. You just aim a little high. You thought they were taller.
I don't know that's about to happen. I dropped my cigarette. I'm like, oh,
It's my first time going up against suits of armor, so I don't know where to aim on them. Is all.
Are you allocating these to reducing the threat, advancing the goal, or a mix of both? Because you've got 2. Cosgrave.
I'm going straight advancing the objective of getting this train going full speed.
Perfect.
That's my goal.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you are able to put it in gear, probably even faster than it was going before, maybe a little recklessly so. And you do take out 3 of these suits in the process. Astrid, because you were in a position where you could see the ones that were trying to get in or about to get in, you see that one of them gets left behind, but 2 of them have grabbed onto where you shot out the window, very conveniently for them, and they are starting to pull themselves in.
So
And at this point, Chuck and Flint, you would hear the shooting, and you would obviously feel that the train is moving, so you would know that some kind of fuckery is going on, classic Fang style.
Once again, out of the loop, right, Flint?
We are.
you know what? I'm gonna just scream out, "We got company," and then reach for a frag grenade that I got.
Hell yeah.
Reaching. I'm not using it yet. I'm just
Okay, I was gonna say.
Looks like Flint's getting half of that milkshake.
Chuck and Flint, what are the 2 of you doing?
Coming to provide support, or at least I am. Flint?
Yeah, I'll be making my way up the train. If I do see these suits of armor coming in through the window, let's see. I think Flint will probably immediately, remembering how they solved this issue the last time, pick up one of the like benches and just huck it down the train at the suit of armor in the window.
Amazing. Yeah, I would say probably give me a brawl roll. You know, you're pretty good at, so.
Oh, as long as I'm not losing half my dice.
Don't need those, right?
No, not at all. That's a 6, a 5, a 4, and a 3.
Ooh, nice.
Okay, yeah. So, what, 3 successes?
Yes,
Math?
and 1 critical.
Perfect. So, yeah, that would make that 4. How do you want to allocate your successes?
Probably. Let's
I mean,
say.
it sounds like you want to reduce the threat at least a little.
Yeah. Let's split it half and half, with 2 to reduce the threat and 2 to advance the objective.
Perfect. Yeah, you are able to huck this, and it leaves their arms, like they have their arms over the edge of the window, and they're like pulling their bodies. Their bodies go with the bench out the window. Their arms remain though, and you do see on the arms the British Royal Seal. And you can also see that this is like they've scratched off something, and it looks like what they have scratched off was an eagle and swastika.
They done commandeered the technology. Interessant.
Well, I can remove all of it. Give me 1 second. And I'm going to jump in and just like kind of like you see my chest kind of blow up a bit. It just I spend a blood point to do acid spit, and I just blah.
Just dissolve the arms.
Yeah, I got a ++ versus metals.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, since they have been almost entirely eliminated as a threat, the only thing that was remaining were the arms that would still be animated enough to continue moving and being somewhat of a threat. I think that you just like vomit this acid all over, and it not only destroys the arms, but it destroys the entire side of the train. It also takes out some of the wheels below and some of the tracks below.
Faster, Cosgrave, gotta move it before it falls apart. We're leaving this train. I'm so sorry.
Wait, okay, so
Never been on.
so this one's definitely about to derail.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think if I throw up on the coupling of this part, we could just keep going. We just need to decouple here.
Let me see here.
Y'all told me you had a history with derailment, but the last one was not your fault.
Yeah, right. This time, I didn't know that they were made of tin, and my acid does just wonders on tin.
Oh, all right. Okay. Sure.
Flint just doesn't look happy. Like, so their arms crossed, just not pleased by this course of events.
I think Flint probably does not like trains very much anymore.
So
I mean, Flint didn't like trains in the first place, but this is certainly
yeah. So I guess in order to avoid something catastrophic happening, we're gonna have to decouple ours, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go up to the corpse the operating, and I go, Hans, are you okay? And I will cast my Dance Macabre ability to take control of the corpse. And I say, listen,
Amazing.
Hans, you got one job. Make sure we don't die, and we cruise at a nice even pace, and we don't crash. That's all you got to worry about. And I will pull out my shotgun and run over to the conflicts and start to shoot at them. While the operator is now resurrected as a corpse to control the train again.
Amazing. I also love just the visual of like him standing up and like driving this train, not seated, but like standing up and just kind of moving his arms.
Just moving things around. So I'll try to take a shot to try to decouple our cart so that we can have a stable part of the train.
Absolutely. And I think because you've got your compatriots' assistance, and it's a little bit urgent, but you have enough time. I won't make you roll. I think that you're able to do that. It just takes a little bit more effort, and probably.
You want me to mark off a shotgun use?
Please.
Gotcha.
And Flint probably just looks very disappointed, and maybe that's a little demoralizing.
Well, friends. Could have been worse.
I think we're gonna need like a train punch card next time when we come to Fang.
So I guess we should slow it down before it gets to the station, and then I guess sneak out and walk the rest of the way. It would be pretty suspicious if everyone's there at the platform waiting for the train, and it's just us that shows up with a dead body driving it.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
I mean, I
Yeah.
offered to. I was there to. I was voting for walk-in from the beginning, but yeah,
But
we'll
you know
go
what,
with your
Ashley?
idea.
You know, we say 15 minutes.
On the London Underground, not likely.
Compared to walking, it's a little faster.
So I'll
So
say, all right,
yeah.
Hans, slow us down, buddy.
Yeah, so you get decently close, but far enough that it's not going to be very obvious to anyone who is waiting at the tube station that the train is just like around the bend, right? And so, would you be going just straight to the platform, or would you be trying to find another way up?
Well, is it like the classic situation where there's the oncoming track, like on the opposite side, or is it divided by a wall in the tube?
It really depends on the station, and I honestly don't remember for Victoria. So I'm gonna say it's probably divided.
Okay.
I know a decent number of them are like in separate parts.
Sorry, I zoned out for a second.
What does Victoria Station look like?
Victoria Station.
Are the
Testing my own
incoming?
memory.
So I guess we're trying to figure out: are the tunnels, the walls in between them, or they're like
Yes,
gaps?
yeah. So each platform is in its own tunnel. They're not.
Almost
they don't
like a
share.
tube.
So.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, it is very tube-like. The tube.
It's all. I wonder if that's why they.
I wonder if a
call
name
it
will sprout from that
tube.
at any point.
I love that they tried to call it other things besides the tube and the underground, and none of them actually worked. People are like,
we're very straightforward.
Yeah.
If you try and call it something else, it's not going to work.
So it looks like our only two options are we try to find a manhole before then, or we just we do really well at sneaking. I mean, we have to
We do a little better, just a little better this time.
We just have to do so incredibly well sneak. I mean, this should have to be some of the best sneaking of our career.
What? I might be able to help. I might be able to help with that. So, like, is there where we are at words? I'm good at them. Anyway, what I was going to ask basically is, can I blow up something in one direction that's opposite us? I was going to try and be like very cute and coy with my wording, but honestly, I've got 2 grenades, so let me blow some shit up in the opposite direction of where we're supposed to be as we make our way. Can I blow up Big Ben? Like, honestly,
Big Ben is pretty far from where you are. Like, Victoria Station is pretty far from there. But what I will say is, I won't even have because Cosgrave, you're the one who has the jar of ghosts, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. I won't say that you have to spend a use of them, but I would say like one of them kind of like sneaks its way out of the jar while you're distracted, and you can hear it talking about Scotland Yard, which you would know. Like, you would have gotten this map beforehand. You would know that's fairly close to Victoria Station. I'm taking some liberties here because I can, and I'm going to, because it's more fun that way.
We're not cab drivers. We don't need to know the knowledge.
Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly. I don't think cab drivers even really know. I think they're just making it up.
I'll give them some credit.
So if I try and if I huck a grenade at Scotland Yard, they'll be busy for a little bit, right? Yeah.
Very busy, yeah.
And I'm just
Only
like,
doing a
"Get
little
back in the
terrorism."
jaw. Get back in the jaw. That's what you do.
Yeah, I mean,
Thank
Astrid, you're only committing a very light terrorism. It's fine.
You know what? It's war. So
I'm gonna give it a light 6 to a decent 7.
yeah, so yeah, just blow up just tuck a couple grenades in Scotland Yard real quick, and then we
Yeah.
can try and sneak our way to Buckingham Palace, because it's like
It's a
I
thing you
don't need grenades to kill Winston Churchill when I've got so many other things. So
Yes.
True. Very true.
yeah,
Yeah. Astrid, give me a terrify roll, please. And you
Please.
get 2 added die to that, so it's 6d6 because of your grenade.
okay. I'm just gonna
Actually, are you using one or both?
I'm gonna use both.
Ooh, okay. Make that 8d6.
I'm just
And-
gonna
And because you get a special effect whenever you're using the last of something, it'll have an extra special effect depending on how you roll. So
amazing. I only have 3d6 on my person, so I'm going to use a dice roller.
amazing.
Roll well for me. I got 4 6s, a 5, and then 3, 2, 1.
Holy
3,
shit,
2,
4
1.
sixes. That's
I think she does hit Big Ben.
Somehow it's
London's
closer now.
bridge is falling down.
right. Okay, so 4 sixes, and then you got what else?
A 5, and then 3, 2, 1.
Okay. So that is 9 successes. How would you like to allocate these? Because they're not all going to be necessary to advance the mission necessarily. You could use them for a variety of things here.
Okay. So I would like to I want to blow up Scotland Yard, clearly. And I want that'd be advance the mission, and then I am drawing a blank on the other thing I can do besides feed. And I'm
Reducing
full.
a threat. Also feeding, and then activating a special, but that wouldn't necessarily apply here unless you just have something that you wanted to.
Okay. That's tracking a target. So I'm going to activate a special.
Oh.
Can I activate 2?
Potentially. I mean, what do you have in mind?
One is Apex Predator. It's a special. It reduces the threat's rating by 3.
Okay.
And then the other one I wanted to try and do, if I'm still allowed, is Unnatural Endurance. It reduces the GM's attack dice by 3.
Interesting. I would say probably in this circumstance, because you don't know that there's anything attacking you currently,
That's fair.
probably Apex Predator would be the one that makes the most sense.
Okay. Then I will do Apex Predator. And yeah, Apex Predator.
So how many successes are you spending out of your 9?
So much.
It will not take all of them.
I don't know how many it takes to use a special.
I think
Is it only
1.
is it just 1?
I think.
Great. Now I've got 8. Frick.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say let's say like 4 would do it for
nice.
Scotland Yard, and then I would let you bank the others.
I will bank the others because So I'm spending 5, and then I will bank 4.
Perfect. That is amazing. So as Cosgrave mentioned, you are able to find sort of a manhole cover, a worker's exit from the tube, avoiding the actual station itself. And you do find yourself surprisingly close to Scotland Yard. You manage to huck your 2 grenades into the building, not really knowing what is on the other side of the window that you're hooking them into until they explode. And you can hear from inside other explosions after your two. You have clearly thrown them into some kind of like storage, some kind of armory, or like where they might have stored things that they have confiscated from people trying to do their own kind of terrorism. You know, so you have activated other explosives inside, and you see that just this corner of the building crumbles.
Before I do all this, they'd be like, right, y'all, I got an idea. I'll be right back. And then I'll just go huck them in the window, walk away, and it's just like boom. It's like they'll be distracted for a little bit. Boom. I was like
the three of you see like the small explosion as Astrid is walking towards you, and then the giant fireball as she's walking up, and yeah, she looks very cool. Because you're not looking back at the explosion.
Flint, I think I'm losing my edge. I don't know. I just, my plans are failing. You just blew that thing up.
Right. I mean, now.
Beginning slug.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I don't have enough fang in the game anymore, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm losing my edge.
Hey, no, man. You're doing. I'm not gonna say. I mean, that was just beautiful. Best thing we've seen in Fang all year. Okay, but like, still, you've got some stuff in you that's just waiting to come out. You still got it. Okay,
which is saying something because it's only been a short time since you killed Hitler and blew up the Zeppelin.
But something about those grenades were just like, oh man, that is actually the coolest thing we saw all year. It was just 2 grenades.
Technically, you didn't witness Hitler being killed. You just heard it. It was behind a door.
Yeah.
We're just all missing Irina, and the concept of an explosion has got us nostalgic.
Yeah. That's what it is.
She would have loved to meet Astrid.
Secretly, she's actually watching from her sniper scope. Just a single bloody tear.
All right, everybody, let's keep it going.
I'm trying to imagine how Flint is fitting through a manhole cover, and it's tickling my brain.
Very carefully. Probably has to force his way, like take
all the
paper.
Some of the road comes with them.
Yeah. It's fine. They didn't need that road.
There's already enough potholes. No one's going to notice anyone.
Yeah, exactly. London has that in common with Missouri. Yeah.
That's just the entirety of England. There is no well-maintained road in the entire country.
Except for that one guy who did that one episode of Doctor Who where they were it was that one very dedicated worker with Billy Piper and 10, and it was the Olympics happening in London.
Yeah.
That guy. But they still broke the road. Never mind. I forgot. I remembered the end of the episode.
Yeah,
they did still
you
break
can't
the
have
road.
nice. You can't have nice.
that would have been so nice.
Now that you have sort of disguises, you do have your invitations. You make your way to Buckingham Palace. Are you just going like in the front door, or what is the plan from here? And keep in mind, you do have some successes banked to potentially use. You also have some tools, like Flint still has, I believe, a use of their grappling hook.
I have 3 uses of my grappling hook.
Oh, do you? I know you used it last time for something.
I did, yes. I used it once, so then I have 2.
Okay.
If we're keeping tracking over from Paris.
I can't count. All right. Asking a lot.
On that note, do we still have our advances from last time, or are we set back?
No, I think you would still have them.
Okay, cool. I shall make sure that's ticked on my sheet.
Fantastic. So yeah, what is the plan to approach this?
Well, I caused the distraction, so I mean, security should be more lax, I'm assuming.
I concur.
I'm just thinking. But then again, it's also their king, so we could just slip through a window. I just don't know how. Looks over at Flint, who kind of is still dusting off bits of road that he took with him. How that'll work.
We might need to split up into teams, maybe.
All right, yeah, that'll. I mean, that's a smart plan.
We have a rooftop team, and then we have a ground entrance team, and then we meet somewhere in the middle.
Actually, I like that plan a lot.
All right. So, who's going with who? I'm down with. I'm good for anything.
Flint will sort of just hold out their winged arms and just sort of go, I can do the roof.
Well, I can schmooze my way through.
I don't know if they'll have us checking weapons or nothing at the front door. I'm also not wearing a mask, so I think I should be better with the roof.
All right. We have our pairings then.
Amazing. All right.
That was the most organized that we've ever done anything.
Clearly we can plan. We just choose not to half the time.
We got to
Give it time,
the end. We're like, all right, it's time to lock in.
That was the pre-party. Now we've got to properly do the job.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah, you were just warming up. That's what it was. Yeah, we're going to start with the ground team. So who is taking point?
Let's see here. How's your con, Chuck?
Oh, con. Let's see. I'm a nice, wonderful 1.
Okay, what about your sneak?
That is a 2.
Okay.
I'm a fixer and I'm brawler and a shooter. Okay, everything else.
Okay.
It is.
Let's see here.
Out of the two of us, I'm the second best at conning and sneaking. Okay, so.
So then, if that's the case, can we try to do like a little? Because I can do con. I have a 3 in con, so I can try to schmooze while you try to be as inconspicuous. You'll be my silent bodyguard.
The butler, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's just to get us through the door, and then from there we'll just try to sneak and try to blend in with the crowd. But
I would also say, because when any of you does something and you're like advancing the objective, right? It's a party kind of number that you're trying to reduce. It's not individual necessarily. So Astrid's Bank 5 can be of assistance to all of you.
You're welcome.
No, thank you. I have been not rolling well.
I do
one
one cool thing. No. I do one cool thing. So
I'm not gonna point out anybody else. I'm just gonna point at myself.
Grave.
I'm just
Lights
saying,
up.
like, the rolls have either been amazing, like holy fuck amazing, or like that's concerning.
Yeah, this isn't Paris when we were on our A game and no one failed anything. This is,
Honestly, Paris was like a little too smooth at times.
I will light a cigarette.
I'm so glad I got this for you.
One more time. And I strut angrily towards the entrance. I say, "This is ridiculous. I have been waiting so long to finally arrive here. Here, take my invitation.
Mm.
I must see Monsieur Churchill immediately.
Mhm.
This is my bodyguard, Bobo.
Mo.
Cosgrave, go ahead and give me a con roll, please.
Gotcha. Let's do this. Come on, Papa needs to kill Winston Churchill. I got a 6, a 5, and a 4.
Decent. Okay. So yeah, that's 4 successes.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yes.
Perfect. Yeah, how do you want to allocate these?
All towards advancing the objective.
Perfect. Yeah, the person at the door, I think it's probably just like the standard guards, you know, with the tall fuzzy hats. They look at the invitation and don't say anything, and they just let you go in.
Thank you. I mean, screw you.
Yeah, you gotta get that French
Come
character.
along, Bobo. Come along.
Amazing.
And then, we will enter in, and
When we get out of earshot of them, I'm just like, Bobo, what?
I don't know, man.
No,
Just in character. I'm in character.
Okay, oh,
I
fine.
don't know. Do you want me to change it?
I think. What about like the sheriff or like a captain?
Captain.
Captain's too high. Like,
Look,
okay,
El
fine.
Capitan.
Bobo's fine.
El
Oh,
Capitan.
you know what? I like that. I
El
like that.
Capitan. Yeah. And then, so what are we seeing as we are entering into the?
Yeah. So I think you would have been during the briefing given a rough map of the palace, and so as you make your way into the first area, there are a lot of just doors on either side, hallways leading down to the left and right. You do see before you there are another large set of doors that leads to the quadrangle, which is like the large courtyard inside, and you can see that there are a number of people gathered there, but you don't think that's where you need to go. You're fairly certain that it would be maybe like the state ballroom, which is from where you are, like if you're facing north, which I don't think it is, but if you're facing north, it's like the northwest corner of the palace.
Okay. Is there anyone who looks like a high-ranking military official that would be like close to Churchill?
Not quite close to Churchill, but you do see some military types. Like you see people in military uniforms. Which, I mean, I think that you would know a military uniform would get you even further once you're to the ballroom than your current attire, your current bloody mismatched rich people clothes.
Listen, okay, Chuck. We can. I need to get to someone who looks very official, right? And then I can do a little magic, all right? And they can introduce us, wink, wink, to Churchill, all right? I got a plan, but we need to find someone who looks like they're important.
I
You know
love
what
that
I
Cosgrave
mean?
is using the French accent while whispering to Chuck.
I was gonna go, but like, wait, no, you don't have to do that. You in character being mean. Anyways, like, just introduce me as the captain,
right.
and then say I can't speak, because of a throat injury. I don't know.
Okay.
And then they'll get into conversations, and I'll just nod, and hopefully it goes well.
I'll try to find some military officials nearby and say, I need to speak to whoever is the head of security. I am here on behalf of El Capitan. and we need to speak to whomever here is the head of security, because we are worried that there may be a plot against Winston Churchill tonight.
Amazing. They'll never suspect a thing. Yeah, I think that just the standard guards seem very concerned by this, and they escort you to the security room.
Very good.
And we will cut over to our rooftop team. Flint, how are you and Astrid getting up there, and what are you doing once you're up there?
I will spend a blood to use my enormous bat wings and just sort of pick Astrid up and carry. Not there's definitely a sort of waiting for a response.
Oh, hell yeah.
So yeah, Flint will pick Astrid up and just fly us onto the roof.
Amazing. Once you are up there, what are you doing?
Are there any guards up here?
A few, yeah.
Cool. That's an advance. I don't got none of those yet. How loud would it be if I just used my machine gun to like mow them down?
Very.
Fair enough. How many guards are up here?
This is only like I think a 2-story building, if I remember correctly.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, like the flying was necessary to get you up there easily, but like people below are going to hear.
Fair enough. How many people are up here again?
We'll say there are 5. And they just seem to be kind of patrolling.
Cool. Can I use a move?
What were you thinking?
Called Spirit Fetters. I don't know what it does, but it's got 3 pluses on animals. So if I can control animals, can I get pigeons and shit from from a local area to come swarm these guys?
I mean, London has plenty of little rats with wings for sure.
Absolutely. Just get the birds to do our dirty work and really distract them as we can make our way into the building.
I love it. Yeah.
I want to scare the crap out of them. So with birds though, because birds honestly terrify me. I watch the birds at much too young an age.
That's fair. We'll do it. Let's see. Where is that? I'm not seeing it.
It's under the fragmentation grenades. It's Spirit Fetters.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
And you said you're trying to like terrify the guards?
Yes.
Amazing.
Have them be so scared that they're not paying attention to just us two walking into the building.
Right. Yeah. Go ahead and give me a terrify roll, and then because there's +3 on that, add another 3 to that, so that's 76.
Cool. Let's go. Not terrible.
I hope this is another crit, because that would be amazing.
I've got 1 6, 1 5, 3 4s, a 2, and a 3.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's still pretty damn good. And you still have those banked successes. So,
Yes.
yeah, I think you only would need to spend a few, maybe like 3. But if you wanted to spend more, you could cause an even bigger distraction.
Yeah, okay. I'll spend 4. Yeah, I'll spend 4 to have them have a full like the birds moment.
I would say for the birds, I would have you do 7, because right now you've got 12 total, if I'm doing my math correctly. So that'll get us down to a more like reasonable number.
Cool. I have 12. Let me spend 7 then.
Yeah, so you got 5 left. We're back to our original 5.
It's such a great number.
It is. But yeah, it fully, like, they don't just scare the guards, they eat the guards. Like, all
I
5
went.
guards on the top. Yeah, totally. The birds eat the guards. They also start to like dive down and attack the people who are in the quadrangle and the other guards on the outside. So currently they are just like throwing themselves against the windows. It is causing mass stress amongst the security people. So Chuck, as you and Cosgrave are taken to like the head of security, you hear against the window like these pigeons start throwing themselves, and you can hear that they are like calling. The phone in the security office starts ringing off the hook. They pick up the
calling?
phone. No,
Okay.
like the other people within the palace are calling.
Okay.
Security. Sorry, I worded that poorly. But like they call the head of security, who picks up and just like is being bombarded by all of these people screaming about these birds. You can hear like these are clearly screaming as they're like dying. And you can hear people outside as well, not just through the phone. You can like hear people in the quadrangle screaming about these birds, as Astrid has just caused a massive distraction.
Bing.
Yeah, it is, as Astrid said, it is just Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds.
Okay.
Oh, I've seen that. I was afraid of birds at a time after that. Yeah, I've seen it.
So is anyone heading toward? So we're still in the security room?
Well, so the head of security immediately like books it out of the room because there is a much bigger situation. Like right now, security is basically non-existent.
Okay. Is there any way I can sneak up behind him and use an advance?
Absolutely. What do you want to use?
Awesome. I would like to sneak up behind him and use memory rot to plant a false memory in his mind.
Yeah. Give me a con roll.
Getcha. Let's see here.
And
So
you get a bonus for the you were never here.
Awesome. So that's 4 die. Gotcha. Come on. That is a 6, a 5, a 5, and a 3.
Okay. So 4 successes.
C.
All right. Yeah. Are you using all of those to advance the objective?
Yes, I want this memory to stick.
Perfect. Yeah. So, and you're trying to get him to introduce you to Churchill, correct?
Yeah. So the memory that I want him to have is in his morning dossier for this event. He remembers as a part of his briefing and papers that he is supposed to meet an operative from an organization called Fang to supposed to meet them at the party to inform him about an assassination attempt that is going to happen on Winston Churchill.
Amazing. Yeah, so he stops, goes back to the phone, picks it up, and you can hear him calling someone else in security and saying that Churchill is in danger. And so you would know that Churchill has a bunker that he would go to. So now he would not be with this party. He would be headed to the bunker.
Gotcha. So
which is good and bad, you know.
So I approach him and I say, "Operative from Fang here. We need to get down in that bunker and get Churchill secured."
And he like clicks his heels together and salutes you. Doesn't say anything, just like, yeah, exactly. Thank you. and just starts to lead you. We'll say that there's like a secret basement to the palace.
We have 2 other operatives up on the roof. We need to bring them down as well. Give them clearance to come down as well.
He goes back to the phone, makes another phone call.
Yes. Appreciate it.
No pig up. The guards on the roof are dead.
They've been causing distractions all over the city. There was a train derailment. There was also an explosion at Scotland Yard. These bastards, I tell you, they've been running amok and they've been running sideways all across town to distract us. But no longer. I'm here for you, mate. Let's get it done.
They sound devious.
Absolute rotten, sexy bastards.
Well, we can't have that.
Exactly.
So
They should be chased. They should be chased.
So Astrid and Flint, as you make your way into the palace, you notice that the guards are all entirely preoccupied. Like, you were able to make your way downstairs pretty easily. Like, there's no issue. There's nothing between you and there. And it does not take long to find your compatriots with this memory befuddled head of security.
Yeah, just raising the hand in greeting and just like,
Hey, come on, operatives. We're here to save Winston Churchill.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Come on
Yeah,
now. Don't
Absolutely. We're here to
don't dilly-
protect Sir Churchill.
dilly dally. All right, he's what? Yep. Chip. Chop.
I think with this, as we're following the security operative, like, I think I'll just sort of lean over to Chuck and just sort of go, "Did the objective change?"
No. Deception. As we take this secret entrance.
Yeah, and he leads you down, points you to where the bunker is. It's quite a ways. Like, there's a long tunnel that you have to go down. All of the guards just let you go by because you're with the head of security. You know, they're not going to stop him, obviously. And they kind of give you funny looks, but like, they don't say anything. And eventually it leads you to this like heavily reinforced door with, you know, the submarine style where you got to turn this big metal. I don't even know what the hell they call it.
Wheels.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
what you're saying. I don't
I'm
know
sure
what
it
it's
has a
properly
name.
called.
Yeah.
The thing
Wheel
that's on like
thing.
the thing that's on like Navy ships and submarines and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about. If you don't, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I didn't think to plan for what that word is. But yeah, opens this heavily reinforced door, and inside you can see Churchill sitting behind a desk, just obviously like writing out some kind of letter, looking preoccupied.
Mr. Churchill, sir. We're here because there's an assassination attempt on your life, and we need to make sure this room is secure.
Oh, quite secure. Don't worry.
Right. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, sir. Name's Cosgrave, Officer Cosgrave. As I go to shake his hand.
Before he goes to shake your hand back, you see that he like reaches under his desk and then pulls his hand back out. You don't know what he did necessarily, but he did something, right?
Gotcha.
And then reaches out and shakes your hand and says, "Pleasure to meet you."
Pleasure to meet you as well, sir. And I just wanted to give you a formal greeting from the members here at Fang, the old-fashioned way, as I pulled out the sawed-off shotgun and go to shoot him in the face.
I will
Amazing.
cover. I'm gonna cover his 6 with my machine gun. like as they're facing in the room, I'm gonna turn behind and like face in the hallway to see if anybody's coming with my gun at the ready.
Would you be, Astrid, like pulling the hatch closed?
No, because I want to be able to get out of here.
Oh, I mean, you would be able to get out still. Like,
Oh well, then yeah,
still, there's still
Aw.
like a mechanism to get out. It's not something where they would just like lock him in and leave him.
pull it closed and be smart. Have a Wild West shootout in the hallway and be awesome. It sounds like a coin toss. Give me a second.
Which is which?
Heads, I'll be smart. Tails, I'll be reckless. Heads, I'll be smart. You suck. Anyway, I'm gonna close the door. I'm gonna close the door and be smart about it, but I'll position myself ready behind the door.
Of course. So, Cosgrave,
Yes.
you have this shotgun in Churchill's face, right? And it's not very long after that you hear some kind of metallic clanking, some sort of mechanisms working, and you see the wall behind you where there had been a very like large map of Europe. You see a lot of things that clearly this was like a battle map, right? This was different battles that had happened, different units that were in position throughout the war, right? You see that wall starts to slide aside. And behind it, you see there is this large tube filled with a green bubbling liquid. And inside of it, you see this stitched together person, using that word very lightly. You see a familiar looking two faces. Half of it looks like the werewolf you had seen before he transformed. The other half has a very short mustache.
Oh, no.
It looks like Hitler and the werewolf have been stitched together into a Frankenstein-like monster.
Well then, greetings from Birmingham. Pull the trigger.
And Churchill goes down.
All right. And that's the
There's
last
no longer
use
a
of my
head to
trigger.
give, but you know.
We can get the pieces. That's my
Yeah.
last use of the shotgun, by the way.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
The last shotgun.
Interesting. I think that with that, you no longer have any ammo, but you manage, we'll even say like it's a slug in there instead of regular shotgun ammo.
Mhm.
So this goes through Churchill's head, shatters the glass of this tube, and releases Were-Hitler.
No.
Oh.
No, where Hitler?
I don't even want to know when Hitler.
Why Hitler, I think, is the most
Listen.
important question.
We don't condone it. We don't condone it, but we condone killing it because it's an abomination.
Well, Fang, second time's the charm. Let's get it.
And you can see Cosgrave, because you would be closest to Were-Hitler, that there are like burns all over this individual. You can tell that it did a significant amount of damage. Like they had to have probably brought their cloning into this. Like this wasn't something that it wasn't a fun process. We'll say that. Like this person looks like they're in a lot of pain.
Okay.
And so before they can even attempt to say or do anything, you can see that there's like almost a battle going on inside of them. Like they seem conflicted, almost like they're being torn apart from within. But they also start to transform in a very familiar fashion that you had seen. Keep in mind,
Anybody
you do have 5 successes. Bex.
Yeah. Anybody want to do nothing?
I
Kill
mean,
Hitler.
Well, yeah.
I'm
Since I wasn't around the first time, I'm kind of like Astrid's like taking a back seat and like not is like looking over their shoulder and is like looking at the group like y'all gonna handle this, or I mean I could easily turn around like
I mean,
I think Astrid should to have an opportunity to share in the memory of killing Hitler by killing
all
Hitler.
means.
Yeah.
sweet. I'ma turn on my heels, machine gun at my hip, and go full cowboy. Unleash hell, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so yeah, I'm a shoot up, where Hitler. But I'll just do that.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a shoot roll, please.
Oh, I wish I was better at this. You don't have to be good if you're
Using
you know
machine gun.
using
Yeah.
a machine gun.
Yeah.
I
I mean, they call it spray for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So it almost was a 3, but it landed on a 5. So I'm
Nice.
feeling good. And then the other one was a 1. So I got a 5.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it still works. Are you using all 6 successes that you have?
To use my gun to cut where Hitler in half? Yes, absolutely.
And you know what? I think that is a fantastic plan. And you do. You absolutely cut him in half. But because this is a werewolf, you notice that from the bottom half, legs start to grow, almost like Deadpool style, where it's got like the little tiny arm. It's kind of adorable if it wasn't Hitler and a werewolf combined. And then from the legs, a small torso starts to regrow. There are now 2.
Oh, what the 2?
Well, I tried. Anybody else got any other bright ideas?
Let's see here. So can I use my mother's Millicent stolen jar as a weapon?
Absolutely. How would you like to do?
I just kind of just open up the jar and just let all the spirit energy kind of gather around my fist like a boxing glove, and just try to do just a good old fashioned shoryuken, just uppercut. Just see how that goes.
Oh, that is amazing. I love that so much.
Let's see here. So that's that'd be brawl, so that's 2.
Yeah.
And then the jar gives me +3. So that's
amazing.
5 die. Yeah. That one's cocked. That's a 6, a 5, and the rest are 2s.
Okay. So 3 successes.
Yeah.
How do you want to use those?
I will use them all to eliminate target.
Okay.
On elimination, and then can I also throw on one of my hex abilities by
Sure.
spending blood?
Absolutely.
So I'll spend one of my blood to use pocket hex to reduce a threat's attack rating by 1.
Ooh, nice. I like that. Left or right?
Right.
Okay. Excellent. And we will get Kat back in whenever. Oh, there. Perfect. Hello.
Ta-da!
All right. Yeah. So you absolutely are able to. Actually, I'll let you tell me how you finish off the one on the right.
Again, it is just a spirit shoryuken with a with a boxing glove, and it just goes into this nice, beautiful, like purplish with a sickly green energy that kind of explodes on contact with the punch, but that beauty just kind of fades as the body just turns into a corpse and viscera splatters all over the wall. So it goes from this like majestic punch into just like, oh god, it's like a blast went off. Jesus.
Ooh, you do have another, I believe it's you, right? What was that called? The Death Burst.
Oh yeah, it's my other advance. So I can spend 1 blood to curse a Nazi within reach so that they explode upon death.
You could
know
definitely
what?
do that if you wanted.
I will spend that cash. I got the cash. Let's spend it. So I'm down to 6 blood. So that's 2 extra die I get to roll.
Amazing.
That's a 6 and a 5.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, so Cosgrave, you cause one of the were-Hitlers to just be decimated, right, by these spirits. And then it turns into a bomb, which you are standing right next to them. So you are going to cause some damage to yourself as well, which is the
Sounds good.
first time any of you have gotten hurt in 2 sessions.
I like to
because you
think this
all
is
rolled
the
ridiculously well.
first time Cosgrave has ever gotten hurt, ever. So he's just going to be
Not the
so
consequences of my own
he's
and
gonna be
actions.
so dramatic about it.
Absolutely. I will let you choose. Do you want sucking chest wound or shot in the face?
Sucking chest wound.
Amazing.
Yes.
We'll say that one of the arm bones, because the where Hitler is like trying to fend you off, one of the arm bones, as it explodes, goes through your chest.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm bleeding. Oh, this is my blood. This is weird. Oh, this is weird. Wait, what is this? This is disgusting. This is supposed to happen to me. My shirt.
It was a very nice too.
Yeah, he's just kind of having like a little mild panic attack. Like, oh, like when they do the coffin drop, he doesn't see any of that stuff. You know, he just wakes up. Oh, okay, my body's back together. But this is like, the gore.
My god,
it's not mine.
If you're all asleep, like you're not even awake whenever they drop them, so you're not like aware of the fall or anything. You just
The
like, wake up,
actual,
like,
yeah.
well, shit.
This is a very graphic experience as he takes it out and just like sees his non-beating heart and it's just like, oh no, just kind of buttons up his blazer.
The hole's still there though.
I want to go.
As Cosgrave's crying a little bit.
This mission sucks.
So you now have the essentially headless, because you shot him point blank with a shotgun, body of Winston Churchill, and you have 2 exploded were-Hitlers. What are we doing? Because you still have to get out of here.
Yeah, I would like to leave now.
Didn't he have like a ring or a signet that he always had along,
Probably,
or something like that? I guess we could grab something like that as evidence, and then
his
I'll
passport.
his passport, and then I'll steal one of his cigars.
Amazing. It's very excessively large and phallic because it's a Winston Churchill and it's a cigar. So
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
All right, Flint, Chuck, we got to get out of here.
I'm right here. I'm good. Let's go.
Yeah. All of you are also covered in amphetamine flavored werewolf Hitler blood
And
viscera.
ectoplasm.
Yeah, that too. It's a nice hue of like sickly green, red.
I actually got a question, and this is to you, Cosgrave. Can you impersonate Mr. Churchill and call some people down here? Just to kill them
You
and take
could
their clothes.
reanimate a corpse.
So here's the thing about it. I can reanimate corpses. Only problem with that, this
Yeah.
corpse right here doesn't have a bloody head.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's what I was saying. He ain't got a head, so I was wondering if you can maybe at least fake it, so we can kill people and take their clothes.
Yeah, I got something for this. So like in the stump of the head, I just put the mask in there and I put the hat on top. I'm like, this ain't gonna do much, but it's gonna do something.
Chuck, give me a fix roll, please.
Oh, good. I am actually good at fixing things. I have a 4 in fix.
And don't you have some tools you could use as well?
Yes. I have where the heck is it? Tool belt and jerry rigging.
Amazing. This is
Wait,
the ultimate jerry rigging.
can I help with the fix? Is that possible?
Sure.
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
I'll help, and I'll use my I open up my bottle of ghosts. I'll be like, "All right, you need to work with them. You got to make it look like a full head. All right, it's got to look like a full head. All right. Now, some of you ghosts are different shades of grey. If you move in the right spot, it might actually look like flesh from a distance." And I'll use a fix with the bottle of ghosts.
Yeah, and I believe that's your last use because you used it once last time, right?
Yes.
Perfect. And we will definitely resolve how that ends spectacularly shortly.
Fantastic. That's a 6 and a 4.
Okay. And Chuck, what'd you get on your fix?
Oh, I got 6, 5, 6. And then 3, 4, 1. But the other ones are good.
Well, that 4. I mean, that's still.
That's
so
what.
if my math is right, that's 9 between the two of you.
Yeah, and I'll obviously use a pump blood into the dance macabre, so the corpse will walk around.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you are able to reanimate, and I think with the hat and the mask and things, it's able to give just enough form to these spirits that they're able to make a pass. I mean, this is an old white dude. These are they're already white, right? So like you just have to get the right shade of white. Yeah, and you're able to probably not get the accent correct. So just hopefully he doesn't have to talk at all. But you've also had this very like reinforced heavy door between you because Astrid, you did the wise thing here and you shut the door. So no one heard all of these gunshots and explosions and everything else. I know, right? And so you all are able to walk out with Churchill, just kind of like probably smoking a ghostly cigar.
Get down, sir. We got to get you to the motorcade. we got to get you out of here, sir. It's too dangerous. It's too dangerous. We got to get you out of here. The bunker's compromised.
Amazing. And because between the two of you, you had a lot of successes. You are more than able to reduce any threat and advance the objective here. So you are able to get out of the palace safely with undead Churchill, and you are able to get to your pickup point.
Amazing.
Beautiful.
And I think that unless you see otherwise, the way that the last use of this jar goes is like you get into this vehicle, and then like obviously the corpse, you're not going to need it anymore because once they're inside of the car, you don't need a fake Churchill, right? But these ghosts are now free, and they go and possess some of the palace guards, and they just cause all kinds of chaos. Like they start attacking within, so they've got their own little like mutiny of these.
They
palace
grow up
guards,
so fast, isn't it?
which makes it seem like the assassination plot came from within.
It's
Covering our asses.
love to see it. I mean, one day they just go to the graveyard. The next, the corporeal beings taking over into the living world, and you have no control over them. It's just beautiful, isn't it?
Oh,
As
that
I take the cigar, I love it when a plan comes together.
Oh, I love that so much. And yeah, so that's where we're going to end. You all successfully killed Hitler again, 2 more times. And Church. What would be next for Fang after this as our little epilogue? Like, what would your next mission be?
I do love the idea of every vampire story of being able to follow vampires into different decades. So, I mean, I would love to take on some bad guys all throughout history.
Absolutely.
Especially if we're the Cold War, I think would be
Ooh.
a really fascinating setting.
Especially if we make it a literal Cold War and you're going to Russia.
Stalin still needs.
Do Svidanya! Going to get a thicker coat.
Oh,
yeah, thank you all for coming and playing. It has been amazing. Now I'm going to start writing the Cold War. I thought the second one was going to be, like just the icing on the cake. No, we're going to keep this going. We'll just have
this is never ending. We will make up bad guys if we need to.
Exactly.
We're going to space next.
We'll fight Elon Musk. It's fine.
Oh, hell yeah.
We're going all the way up.
Yeah.
Turns out Flint was actually the first man on the moon.
Actually, I've done a Werewolf the Apocalypse game where they did beat the astronauts to the moon and also terrified the first men on the moon.
That's
like you do.
Incredible.
Amazing.
Yeah. Anyway, with that, does anybody want to plug their shit before we head out? I know Casper.
I have a small spiel, if that's all right.
Absolutely.
There's some stuff that we've been doing this past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Let me just find where I wrote my script because I didn't want to forget anything. So, in the past few weeks, one of the members of the Cryptid Collection has released a 2-player, 1-page RPG, journaling RPG called Four Fates, The Lovers, where you take on the roles of 2 star-crossed lovers separated by some force, whether that's space, physical space, political views, family feuds, anything like that, and communicate with each other via journaling and using tarot cards to generate the events, and play out that little story, and hopefully make it a way ending up together and don't end up in a Romeo and Juliet situation, though that is a possibility. And in the next couple weeks, I'm releasing my 1-pager, which is a improv murder mystery RPG, where you randomize the mansion, the guests, and the method of murder, and then play out a crazy pulp detective novel in the style of Cluedo in an attempt to solve the mystery, whatever that may be.
Amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
both of those will be available on the Cryptid Collective itch page.
Fantastic. Yeah, I'm also working on a 1-page RPG because of the current 1-page RPG game jam. Wow, words are hard. Game jam that is going on. Mine is about a cyberpunk mouse crime spree. So, keep an eye out for that. I'll be posting shit about it soon. And Casper, I think you had something you wanted to say?
Yeah. Every Tuesday and Thursday, I am on the channel Tabletop Titties. On Tuesdays, we do D&D, or we have our Talking Titties coming up. Or it's just we sit around and chat, and it's chaos. It's great. You should hop by. On Thursdays we were doing Vampire the Masquerade, but now it's City of Urban Shadows. Same
Nice.
characters, just we decided to change the system up. And that's a fun time. I'm also in a bunch of new stuff. I've got a one shot coming up next Friday. And then the Friday after that, I'm in Andrea's Adventures. I'm doing something called White Sands on Adventure Dice. I will try and start streaming on my own because now I have a appropriate setup. Like, kids got stuff going. Spooky season is where I decided to be productive. So if you follow me on my socials, it's just Casper DANB Ghost, and that's you'll be able to find me.
Yeah, and you can also find Casper in some of my games coming up. So
Hell yeah.
as many as I can harass you to be in.
Oh yeah. As soon as I figure out my scheduled Tetris demons, I will be Golden Freddy.
Absolutely. Daniel, Adrian, anything you want to plug?
Oh, well, before I even plug anything, I just wanted to say that it's been great playing with all of you. All of you are absolutely fantastic. I love telling stories with all of you. And it is an honor and privilege just to be here in you all's presence. You guys are great role players, great storytellers, and I have loved this entire experience. And I'm so glad I got to come back. When it comes to things that I'm up to, I just did some sponsored videos with Roll20. Shout out to them. So I uploaded that onto the TikTok, and then we're uploading officially onto YouTube. Yes, having to go to that cesspool and get content over there, obviously. But genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all for allowing me to be here and tell stories with all of you.
Yeah, thank you for coming back, because I have had a blast, and I don't know when we're going to make it happen, but I know you and I have been talking about some Star Wars stuff, and at some point I will make that happen.
Love it.
But not this coming week, but the week after. I'm starting grad school. So, life's going to get busy. So, yeah.
That's intense.
Right.
I shouldn't have let Daniel go first because that was really good. Hi, I'm Adrian. I run a little podcast called Dungeons and Degrees. I've had Rick on. Last episode was our friend David Puga. We talk about TTRPG stuff, people working inside the field, how they got there, as well as just life shit, because it's a podcast. We yap. It's fun. Just look out. A lot of my socials right now are AC Lawrence 24. And for the podcast, Dungeons and Degrees, look it up. You'll find it. And it's a good time. I do silly shit like this, so come find me.
Absolutely. And it's a lot of fun. I mean, as you said, I've been on there with my friend Kayla. It's a fantastic time talking about losing virginity on waterbeds, all kinds of weird shit.
Yep.
Like
I just went there.
Yeah. And with that, we'll be back on Wednesday for Alien, and that's going to be a fantastically violent and terrifying time. So, keep an eye on the socials.